What is up, skate rats? So we are back with skate park renovations. This is the third installment in the last one, once again, for a while. Even though I say that every time, it seems like it comes up quicker and quicker. Today we're going to be tackling the floors. The floors needed a resurfacing for a while. This is now the start of where I'm going to be putting just surfaces down on top of it. My floor is about 2 inches thick. Now, not about, it is 2 inches thick. So honestly, for a build that's kind of ridiculous, but in my mind, skateboards have a fair amount of impact, especially if you're landing like on the axle nuts. So I prefer stronger. But now we're just going to be jumping into surfacing material from here. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing tonight. It's almost midnight, so I don't want to be in here too long, but we're going to get through this pretty quickly. If we come down here to the floor, we can see this little circle I drew. You can see this dent here. And that is because I purchased grade C material, which is, I'm sorry for my fingernail. It's kind of a weak material. There's voids in it. So in this case, this is a void between two layers of the plywood. And we're just going to be adding some filler for the surface material. What I'm going to be doing is going over that with some Bondo and pretty much doing that on every spot I can find on the floor that I think will cause damage to the surface material later on. Tomorrow, I actually have to go pick up the surface material to install it. And this is only going to be a two-part series of the skate park renovations because the build part is actually really easy. It's 4 sheets of wood, or in this case, hardboard. But the painting of the floor, that is going to take a while because I had this concept to paint a bridge between the two cobblestone looking ramps. But let's get onto the body filler. There wasn't that many spots, but I believe I got all of them filled in. Don't get me wrong, they're still dense, but there's no place where you can actually push down on the wood and have it flex a bit. So tomorrow I'm going to come in here and I'm going to sand this and clean the floor in here to get ready for the surfacing. So in the last renovations video, I mentioned that I wanted to get a product similar to Skate-Lite, or actually Skate-Lite. And after 2 weeks of talking to companies and stuff like that, I've decided against it. Not to say they're bad products, it's mostly because of the cost of shipping. So Skate-Lite wanted about $1,260 for 4 sheets to have them shipped to my house. Ramp Armor wanted about $950 for 4 sheets. Gator Skins was definitely the nicest company to deal with. They gave me a few options for shipping and stuff like that. And the lowest we were able to get the price down with me repping their logos in here too, which I thought was kind of cool, was $842. But I still had to say no because my budget ceiling was $800. Now, $42 does not make or break me. That's not really the point, though. The point is that I could replace the floor in here and do a crazy funky paint job on it every single year for 10 years. And that's the extent of the warranties of those products. And I'll still come in at about $700 for 10 years of that. So it just doesn't logically, for me personally, make sense for me to purchase those products. I did also reach out to other companies. This frustrated me more. I reached out to Ramp Tech and I reached out to OC Ramps, who right now both are currently running free shipping. And I kind of reached out and was like, hey, do you guys have limitations on your shipping? Is it just products you make? Is it products you sell? And both of them were like, no, it's free shipping. Neither of them offered me free shipping. Ramp Tech just said they will not ship to my house, and OC Ramps said it was $700 for the shipping. So that was kind of a bit upsetting. I did see if I could also ship it to a nearby facility and I could pick it up because I live in Pennsylvania. I'm 2 hours from Woodward. So I thought, you know, who knows? Maybe there is someone who receives like Skate-Lite sheets and I'll pay a little bit more per sheet, but I won't have to pay for the shipping. The closest place to me is in Brooklyn, New York. That place went out of business 2 years ago. Next to that is Virginia. That's about a 5-hour drive. They wanted $1,300 to ship it. So somehow Skate-Lite is like $700, Ramp Tech is $250 in shipping to ship from like California to me in Pennsylvania. But to ship Virginia to Pennsylvania, that's $1,300. So after 2 weeks of talking with about a dozen companies in total, I gave up. So we're just going to be going with, everyone calls it Masonite. Masonite's like Skate-Lite. It's a brand name. So we're going to be going with hardboard or tempered board. We just may have to make sure we paint it really good because if moisture gets into it, it starts to disintegrate. And I know that for a fact. But we're going to pick this up tomorrow when we're actually stopping at, I don't know why all the renovation videos start with me going to the scrapyard, but I have a washing machine I need to get rid of in the back of my van before I can get the sheets. So we'll pick up there. Good morning, Skate Rats. So we are on our way to the scrapyard right now. Should be there in about 5 minutes. But this is the part of the day I'm not looking forward to because the scrapyard always just takes quite a bit of time. There's always a ton of people there. But I go to this one because it pays the most, and even though I'm only going to get like $12 for a couple 100 pounds in scrap, hey, it's something and I need to get rid of it anyway. So let's start unloading. I don't know if you guys have ever been to a scrap yard, but every time I come here, I always look at the scales, and it's just like the most beautiful forbidden flat bars because you would get in so much trouble. But look at these things. So normally I like to get some B-roll of me unloading, but something I learned years ago at the scrap yard is the guys operating the giant cranes to pick the steel up, they love being risky. So we're talking a huge, I don't know, 40-ton machine, 50-ton machine used to pick up thousands upon thousands of pounds of steel. And the guy is literally grabbing the steel that I'm like throwing down. So I kind of just stuck my phone away and really had to pay attention to, because when they pick the steel up, traditionally 1 or 2 pieces will fall out. And the last thing I wanted was get clocked in the head. I was looking for about the past week for 1/4-inch MDF. Quick explanation, MDF is medium density fiberboard, hardboard is high density fiberboard. Anyway, they had 3/16, which I've never seen before, but I'm stoked I got it. So we're about to get home and start cutting the stuff up. We have 5 items on the list. We need to sand the body filler from last night. We need to clean the floor up in here so everything can lay flat. Cut the new sheets, screw them down, and then start on the paint, because that's gonna take days. So I'm about to get started, but first, if you guys remember, a few months ago, my dog, my husky, passed away. But a few months ago, we also got a Malamute. Now, just for comparison, that's my hand next to his paw. So he's a big boy. The flooring is in. I am nowhere near where I wanted to be by this point, but I have to stop for today. And this will be the end of this version of the video. I do have some screws left to put in, but beyond that, it is technically done. What is upsetting to me is that I did have to scab in this piece. And it is because each one of these sheets is supposed to be 48 inches long, and they ended up being 47.5 inches. So I don't really have time. I kind of have to go. I got to go pick up my wife and my daughter. But I got my board here. I haven't even swept, so we just got to see if it's smooth. I gotta run, but let's outro this video. So if you noticed, I put the textured side out of the hardboard, and that is for a couple different reasons. First one, if you think I'm crazy, go on Skatelight's website and notice that they sell, I think it's called the Taxon or something like that. It's like mini hexagons, but it's textured, and it's just for a little bit extra grip. The second reason kind of has 2 parts, and that is one side of hardboard is a non-porous material. It's what dry erase boards are made out of, and pretty much what it means is things like paint or markers and that won't stick to it. So painting over it, you would see it for like a week or 2, but just the wheels alone would start to pull the paint up. So we went with textured side. And on top of that, I'm painting it. So a lot of that texture should kind of fade away. But it was different to skate on. I've never skated on something textured like that. Now with it, 2 pushes, I still got up into a 5.0 pretty easily. But you can feel that it's grippier. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. In the next part of this, we're going to be painting it. And I knew I was going to sketch out a design in this video. I just don't have time. But I'll sketch out one next time and show you guys what I'm kind of thinking for this whole bridge idea between the 2 cobblestone obstacles. Have a great day and keep pushing forward, guys.